You're showing yourself up. Get off. I'm just gonna stop hitting. Stop it. We're just gonna have to start if you're gonna just stand there. Bloody cat. Bloody cat. You gonna go sleep? Thank God. What is happening, guys? Last stream of preseason. I absolutely cannot wait for tomorrow. I've cancelled everything that I was supposed to be doing Friday. I decided I'm just going to sit in, I'm going to drink, I'm going to watch Liverpool absolutely hammer Norwich. How's it going, everyone? I think I'm going to make this an absolutely massive stream because the girlfriend's at work. The cat is now sleeping and won't annoy us, hopefully. Alright, you just bugger off then. Great, awesome. And yeah, we've got so many Rate My Teams. A lot of people have messaged me on Twitter. A lot of people messaged me DMs as well, because I didn't realize this, but people actually would prefer me not to mention them because they're like their friends might be watching and they don't want them to see their teams, which is absolutely amazing. I love that. Seth, how's it going, man? First stream here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Raw as well. I'm wondering if we should do Rate My Teams as like a really long part of the stream. I'm not entirely sure. But I definitely want to show you my team and where I'm at, and I definitely want to talk about all of the transfers that have been happening. Sapnin Liam, welcome back. I think you've been at every stream, Liam, so thank you very much. You're definitely going to get VIP status or whatever the hell you can get on Twitch. I'm not 100% sure how it all works. But cheers for coming, guys. I'm going to jump into my team, but before I do, I just want to let you guys know, if you're here and you haven't sent me your team, just jump into my Twitter, and I've tweeted saying rate my teams, send here, and just send them all there, because I miss a lot of them if they're sent in different places, so just send them all there, except for the couple that didn't want to send them in case their rivals seen it. In that case, I'll try and remember that you're in my DMs. So let's get the music pumping. I think make it a little bit quieter, and let's jump straight into it. Thanks everyone for coming, by the way. This preseason has been so much fun. I've had so much amazing people tweet at me. I've had a hell of a time since Monday, and we'll talk about that in a second. Actually, let's talk about it right now, right? Bam, let's go into it. This is my team as it is. I wrote a big fixture thing. That's actually a bit too loud now that I'm thinking about it. I wrote my first ever Monday After of this season. I wrote it and I sent it in to see if Fantasy Football Scout would actually, publish it, and they did. They published it and they retweeted it, and I think I was at like 1,000 and some like 10 people following me. And then last I checked, I think I'm at 1.3k or something. Like, it's mental. And then I did a shitty joke as well on Twitter, and that went mental as well. So, like, thank you all so much if you're watching this and you're new and you found my article and you liked the article, and all the people that have been saying nice things. This is the team that came from that article. So I wrote out like all the great fixtures and everything that I've been looking at and all the stuff that I wanted to do with my first couple of game weeks. And Seth says publish with all the cursing. They edited out the cursing. I was like, I didn't realize that I wasn't allowed to do that, so I decided to just add it in and see what happens. And then the first thing I looked for was all the shits and fucks and wankers, and there was none. I wrote something like, our managers are just hoping that Everton can keep their shit together at the back. And it was edited quite rightly. It's a professional site, right? They edited it quite rightly to they hope they can keep it together at the back. And it didn't quite capture how raging everyone's gonna be if Everton concede first game week. Like absolutely, absolutely raging, and rightly so. Evening dickhead, that is officially not my name. You absolute asshole. How's it going, Tom? What's going on? Thank you for your second ever viewing. I really like that you've got the cheek to come in here and and call me names. Right, team. I've made a few teensy tiny tweaks since you guys last seen it. See if you can spot the difference. That's right. Absolutely correct, everyone who was thinking it but didn't say it in the chat. I've taken my City defenders out of my team. And the main reason for that is that Everton not only have better fixtures, but they also signed a centre back or a new right back, regardless how you see it. They signed a new defender and they signed a new defensive midfielder, Gamba or however you say his name. So they've actually bolstered at the back. This is my team, Tom. Absolutely. They bolstered at the back. So Tom says, yeah. I'll talk. What was your overall rank last season? Get out of my stream, man. This is my team. This is how we're doing things now. All right. I want you to post. If you're gonna talk shit, I want to know exactly how you did last year. I'm pretty sure you had Sani in. Did you not? For that famous 3 points? Yeah. Exactly. So I brought Digne in because Everton have bolstered, and I love that, and I really wanted to go them, but then obviously you couldn't because they got rid of, Guy or Gay or however you say his name, and Zuma was no longer with them. He went back to Chelsea, and if David Luiz is announced that he's leaving, that means that I actually have enough money to upgrade to Digne from Zinchenko, to upgrade Zuma to from Diop. So instead of West Ham, I've got Chelsea. And West Ham are shit at the back. They just have really good fixtures, and Chelsea are okay at the back and they have good fixtures. So I'd rather have Chelsea. And instead of Kepa, I've got Ryan, who's definitely going to be getting more save points, right? A lot of people were messaging me, including Tom. Tom's going to feature heavily because he messaged me before the stream saying that he was drinking. So great. I mean, that's exactly what I want, but a bit less abuse with it. So let's have a look at where my team was before, right? So we're going to add Kepa back in. So if you notice, this is going to be the exact same amount of money. So I'm actually not... It's actually allowed me to go a little bit better, I think. So instead of Diop playing in Game Week 2 and having to use Kelly Game Week 1, and even though it's green there, Kelly actually doesn't have that great fixtures. It says that he's got a 2 in the FDR rating, right, in the rating. But he's playing Everton at home, and he's like their third choice centre back, and they've lost Wan-Bissaka. I doubt that's going to be an easy game, regardless if they're home or not. And also, it's not 100% he's going to be playing. So instead of having to play him, and instead of having Kepa in goals, who probably won't be getting that many save points, I've decided to go with Ryan, 4.5, which gives me 1 million in the bank, so I can go with Dean and not have to worry about the headache of getting rid of Zinchenko when Mendy comes back. And it also means I can afford Mendy in a straight swap or Cancelo, right? So if we look at the City players, so I'm always thinking about how easy it is to get to players on my watch list, and the fullbacks the attacking fullbacks for City are always on my watch list, right? So we don't know how much their new, is it Cancelo? Is that how you say his name? The dude that they traded Danilo for. We don't actually know how much he's going to be, but I can at least afford Mendy if he comes back and replaces Zinchenko, right? So I feel like Digne is at least safe for 5 game weeks, and we don't know how safe Zinchenko is, or Stones is, or Walker for that matter, because now Walker's in contention. Now I had someone tweet me with, and he was very, very confident that Walker was going to turn into a centre back because they hadn't signed anyone after getting rid of Company. But I know that Fernandinho can play centre back, and he said that he might be playing there as well. And of course we're talking about Pep, so we have absolutely no clue. It's Raw says, can you explain why people, including myself, have Woodman as their 4 million keeper? Because I don't understand. Absolutely. Okay, so let's get rid of Walker, and let's get rid of Diop and Zuma. Real quickly before I answer your question, the reason why Zuma's in there is just in case David Luiz leaves. If he goes off, if he fucks off to Arsenal, absolutely fine. That makes it so much easier for me to have a Chelsea defender in, because it's only 5 million I'm spending. It's only one notch up from Diop, who was a punt to begin with. And you know, Chelsea's fixtures are absolutely amazing after game week 1, not including Liverpool. Look at that. That's straight up amazing. Okay, Woodman is now away, right? He joined Swansea on loan until the end of the season, so he's expected back in 2021. So if Button, who everyone has, Tom's saying it in the chat, so if everyone who has Button decides that, oh, you know what, okay, so we're in game week 9, let's say we're in game week 9 and we've just heard that someone has been injured, some keeper has been injured, and their only backup is, let's see, let's pick Roberto, right? Whoever the hell that is. West Ham's keeper, Fabianski, is injured and he's dead, and you know, Roberto is now the man. Actually, no, that doesn't work because he's only 4.5. We need a 4.0. It'd be easier. Right. There we go. Perfect, right? Pickford dies. He gets hit by a car and he's in intensive care for 9 months. And I know that's a bit brutal, but like right, just go with it. So, he's in the hospital and he can't play. Everyone and their gran, every single person is going to flock to Stekelenburg, right? They're gonna, because he's 4 million. Imagine having a 4 million nailed defender or goalkeeper on Everton, right? There'd be panomium. There'd be fucking riots, okay? I can't say the word. There'd be riots. So, if everyone's jumping off Button, who is it now 26% owned, and they jump on here Stekelenburg, it means that anyone who doesn't leave Button is gonna get like 3.9. Their price is gonna drop. So, yeah. If you go Woodman, his price legitimately can't drop, like, based on the rules of the Premier League, because he's not in the league anymore. So, I'm never going to play Button. I know that I've got Ryan, right? But I'm going to be jumping goalkeepers quite often, because I see goalkeepers as an extension of my defense. So, my defense is Digne, Robertson, Van Dijk, Zuma, Ryan. And I have on the bench Kelly. I'm just as likely to rotate or to transfer out Zuma and Digne, or Dean, as I am Ryan. I don't give a shit. Like, people say goalkeepers are boring and I want to just keep them in and leave them all. Why? Why leave them all? Like, we have 38 transfers. And I'm not going to make 38 transfers solely on, like, 1 or 2 players, 1 or 2 positions, right? I really, really, really want to, get this point across that you can just transfer out your keeper and it's okay. If Heaton decides that in game week 5, and Burnley have a really, really good fixture run after game week 5, if he decides that he's going to become a monster, why would I stay on Ryan? It's just an easy swap. And it's not wasting a transfer, because Ryan's probably not going to get that many clean sheets after game week 3 anyway, because their fixtures drop. And I'm a fixtures man. I'm going to follow the fixtures no matter what. Like, to the end of time. So, if you want to transfer Zuma out for another 5.0 defender who has got good fixtures, go for it. But that is the exact same transfer as transferring out Ryan for someone as well, in my opinion. And I did it last year, and I'll do it again this year, and it worked out quite well for me. Damien Pirates, welcome to the stream, says, what about Greenwood? He's also very highly owned. He actually can't drop. See, because he's red flagged. A player that's red flagged, I believe, as far as I'm aware, can't actually leave, right? So he can't play in the Premier League, and so therefore they cut off his ability to drop in price. That's why he's so highly owned. What's happening in the chat? Jesus. Only matters if your first choice keeper gets injured and you need to sell the second choice playing keeper. With Ryan and Button, if Ryan is hit by a car, as Dave so eloquently put, Button will play, but then you're taking a hit to get Leicester in. Absolutely. So, like, that's the whole point, is that Ryan needs to get injured, or your first goalkeeper needs to get injured for your second goalkeeper to even matter, which is a huge if. And then second of all, you need to have the exact same keeper, or the exact same teamed keeper as your first keeper to actually benefit from it, or else you're just going to be using a transfer anyway. So you've already got that transfer to do. You might as well just run around messing around with your first keeper. It doesn't make sense to me, so I've just left it. It's a bit confusing. I think I've just confused myself. But yeah, if you're wanting to just not worry about your second keeper, get one that doesn't even exist in the league anymore. Alright. Moving on from defense. I'm still stuck on Van Dijk. I could potentially go back to Diop and put Trent Alexander-Arnold on. It's something that's been in my mind, but as of right now, as of right this second, Van Dijk's in, Trent Alexander-Arnold is a wait and see. And I can always just find 5.0 million elsewhere. I've still got Fraser. I've still got King. I still wish I had Wilson, but I've got De Bruyne instead of Wilson, because, you know, De Bruyne turns into Sigurdsson, King turns into Wilson if I absolutely have to, if I'm falling behind. I really want to go Fraser and Murray to Keane, like I showed you guys last week. To Keane. Oh, come on now. Oh, there we go. Keane. Not that Keane. And any 6.5 Lanzini is who I've been keeping my eye on. So this is probably what my team is going to be game week 3. Unless Fraser is absolutely going mental. I really like the look of West Ham's fixtures. I think they're top after game week 1. And we can double check by clicking on this. So for the first 10 game weeks, not including game week 1, I'm pretty sure that West Ham is very, very, very near the top. Let's go into our little viewer mode. So there you go. Can you guys see that clearly? West Ham, game week 2 to game week 11, has the best fixtures. And Lanzini has been doing very, very well for himself in pre-season. So I want to get a piece of this action, but I also have, you know, I have game week 2 to see how they do in an easy-ish game. Brighton away is not always that easy. People think it's easy on paper, right? But Brighton is windy and cold, and, you know, Lanzini might be used to, like, you know, sunny beaches. I don't know where. I mean, London's not even that much of a picnic anyway. But regardless, Brighton's a bit harder to go away to than people give credit for. But still, I want to see how this new West Ham attack do against a team that's ultimately defensive. And then I'll assess it. If I don't think that Lanzini does well, then I'll, you know, fuck him out of my my plans and I'll go with someone else. But I have 6.5 million to play, and there's loads of 6.5 million attackers. I could even get in with Perez if he's going nuts. Regardless of who it is, it's mostly Keane that I'm interested in. And from game week 2, so game week 3, sorry, from game week 3 onwards, for like 8, I think it's 8, potentially 7. Where is Everton? It's because they play Man United or Man City. If they didn't play Man City, you can see their little run there. Like, I'm gonna write off Man City for Keane. He probably won't score, right? Oh, there you go. Everton have, from game week 3, Aston Villa, Wolves at home, Bournemouth away, Sheffield at home, right off game week 7, Burnley away, West Ham home, Brighton away. That's who Keane is going to be facing. I'm not expecting him to start game week 1, but I am definitely expecting him to start game week 3. And by that time, if we have a look, I have Murray, who, game week 1 and 2, Watford and West Ham. Not the best defences. And he's on penalties, and VAR, I know that everyone says that VAR is not going to have a lot of effect, but we're not including this new handball thing, where no matter where you are, it's a handball or whatever the fuck. So, I think that we're going to see a lot of penalties. I had a dream that Murray scored 2 goals, like 3 days ago. And so, I think that's going to happen. I'm going to make a bold prediction, and he scores 2 goals in 2 games. I hope so. I mean, he's my only punt, really. Who else is punty in my team? I've got no punts. I've just got a nice little dull team to get me through the first couple game weeks and then assess who I want. So this is what I'm going to go with, I think. I'm pretty sure. I was messing around to see if I could move Murray to my defense and have a 5-4-1, but then I lose out and it means that I've got Dendoncker, Greenwood and Nikita or whoever. And I'm not really interested in that. I really want a playing defender as a backup because they're usually the ones who give you the most points. And so I want to be able to have the option to move Kelly on to any of the new 4.0s. If we have a look, there is quite a lot of unknown in that regard. And like I said, I'm always looking at the fixtures. I'm always looking at the players who I don't know. And I'm trying to figure out who the next Dockery is. Who the next fucking Wan-Bissaka is. Who the next anyone who's cheap enough, who's nailed enough, who can throw in my team. Lundstrom, a lot of people are going for him because they hope that he'll play. But a lot of their fans, a lot of the Sheffield United fans are saying that he won't play. But I don't have to take that risk because I'm not playing him at all anyway. But maybe further down the line when we wild card, or if I've not got any fires to put out and I'm happy with my team, I can use a transfer. I could get like Kilman in. What if Kilman becomes a monster, or Prodl, or any of these 4.0 guys? They could become great. Fredericks gets injured. Ben Johnson starts playing again because he did a lot of preseason minutes. You never know, right? He's second choice. So I don't want to have 5 of anything because it limits your ability to find those budget people that you would really want. To start off with the transfers, because I wanted to talk about the transfers, I've already said that Everton have bolstered and they got a DM and they got a centre back, I think, or a new right back. So it means that I want Dean again. But another thing that we need to look at is Lukaku's away. He's officially away, but they didn't bring anyone in, which means they have 3 strikers, I think, that they can actually play, which is Martial, who's more of a winger, Rashford, who, let's face it, is more of a winger. He's just also a really good footballer and can play up front well enough, and Greenwood, who's kind of also a winger. So, I mean, they're all interchangeable. And your third choice for Man United as a striker is Greenwood. That's worth having. Excuse me, that's worth having. And a lot of people know it. But like, if you have a striker for 4.5 and it's not Greenwood, the Lukaku transfer should absolutely change your thinking. And it makes Rashford so much tastier because he absolutely has no competition. Martial's not competition. Martial will play alongside, if anything. What are your thoughts on Robinson from midfield? Who the fuck is Robinson? Let's check. Robinson from Sheffield United, 5.5 million. I don't know anything about the promoted sites. I only started playing this last year, and I got a top 5 finish, top 5k. I loved every minute of it, and I'm back. But it means that I've limited knowledge of anyone who wasn't in from last year. I'm going to put that out there. I really hope that you follow me anyway. I really hope that you take what I say as, good advice. But I absolutely have no idea who the fuck this guy is. What I will say is that you shouldn't pick him. because he's an absolute bottom of the pile in terms of fixtures. And we at the FPL Dave Big Fat Sexy Club are all about the fixtures. We love fixtures here. And if you're coming and you come into this, if you ever come into this chat and say that you love form, they better be a premium player, because we're absolutely not up for that form chat. We are here for the fixtures. It's Raw says, my only punt is Grealish. Yeah, no, that is also bad news. He is the same thing, right? He's the same thing. He's one of these guys. He's a promoted player. Now, the only time, I mean, you don't need, that's the whole point that I was trying to make in my article. Now, this is a great time to segue into the article. I just want to show you guys because I'm pretty proud of it. Right, so we go to my Twitter. We go to my profile and we scroll down enough. Bam, there it is, right? So in this, you can find it on Fantasy Football Scout. I wrote a little bit about placeholders. So I used Brighton as an example. And in here, I basically said everyone that you want to look for, or you're wanting to see if they're going to be good, you don't have to punt on. And the reason you don't have to punt on them is because you can get a placeholder from a team who have good first game week 1 to 3 fixtures. Beth says, how are you going? How's it doing, Beth? What's going on? I hope you're good. I hope you're feeling comfortable. I hope you know what you're getting into with this stream. I've never seen you before. I've never seen you on the stream. Hello, kitty. I'm getting distracted. This guy just jumped. Look, he comes up at the worst times. Look. Look, you gotta look at yourself. Look at the state of you. You realize that, right? You realize that I'm streaming. There are so many people here. Look, 16 viewers. We've got 16 viewers. And you want pets? Come on, this is not professional.
Messi to the near post! Messi to the net!
Rukelis, welcome to the big fat fucking sexy club, my man. Your thoughts on 5-4-1 formation? Love it. I mean, I'm not a big fan of having like absolutely 5 amazing players, because like I said, it limits how you can go for a budget player, but 5-4-1 is pretty great. I have no problems with anything, because you're always, as long as you're always 2 transfers away from anyone, I'm absolutely fine with it. Right, enough of this cat chat. My whole point in Brighton was that if you pick Brighton players, there's loads of Brighton players that you can pick that are very, very close to the punt prices, right? My cat is, look at the state of him. Look at what he's how am I supposed to have like any chance of doing a serious stream when he is
Messi to the near post! Messi to the net!
It looks even funnier from that angle. What are you doing? Does that feel nice? Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you having a good time? We're streaming. We've got people to be talking about. Seth, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. You big fat sexy monster. Brian says, what do you think on Cancelo to Man City? I think Walker is now not a good choice. If you pick Walker and then he plays centre back, do you really want him? If you pick Walker and he plays a few games and then gets replaced by Cancelo, do you really want him? Walker is now absolutely not, and he's a no-go. I mean, Cancelo's really, really attacking when he wants to be, but he didn't play that way. I know I've seen a few tweets about Cancelo being... by the way, if you're new to this stream, right, someone asks a question, I'll go on a tangent. I'll come back to Brighton. It's on my other stream. It's on my other screen, sorry. I'll come back to Brighton. But right now, we're on a tangent. So yeah, Cancelo... someone said that he got an assist every 4 games. 4.25 games or some shit, right? That's awesome. But I'll show you what they looked at. So I had a look and I was like, oh, that's actually a bit conceiving. Because you can make stats look like anything, right? Cancelo. Is that how you say his name? I actually Googled him earlier and it came up saying Spanish word for gate. And I was like, right, okay, that's not what we're looking for. Jesus Christ, there's been so many. There's been so many. Can you guys see him? I can't even see him. Can't even see him. Right, Man City. Let's go to Man City. Cancelo transfer market. Okay, so a lot of people have been saying that he's quite attacking, right? There he is, the big sexy Juventus player. Plays on the right, has never played center for quite a few seasons, right? Absolutely fine. And someone posted his stats, like how many times he scored or whatever. And they did it, like, look at this, 8, 6, 18, 4. And if you add all that up and you add up all the appearances, it comes out to like, there you go, 206 and 36 or something, right? Now, my problem with that is that, look, he's played 51 games. Oh, it doesn't actually tell you in this. Oh God, where does it say how many times he got for his team? That's what I want to know. I want to know his stats for his actual team. It's not going to show you. It was showing you on mobile, which is really annoying. Serie A, let's click that. No, it's not going to show you. Fuck it, right? Just believe me, okay? just believe me. I'm trying to find it, and it's making the stream less fun for you guys. But he played like 70 games for Juventus, and he got maybe like 4 assists or 5 assists, right? And then you go back and you go back and you go back, and like 3 teams ago, he got loads of assists. And then someone posted saying he gets assists every 4 games if you add up all the games he's ever played and all the assists he ever got. But he hasn't actually played in an attacking role in ages. I mean, he was kind of like the Ozil of Juventus, right? He would cross it, and then that person would pass, and then the third person would score, and he wouldn't, in FPL, that wouldn't count to any bonus. He's kind of like Bernardo Silva in that way. So I'm not 100% sure if he's going to be super attacking, but we do know that Mendy is super attacking, right? So yeah, I'm not convinced. I mean, there's no point in going for him. He's not even in the game yet, and there's cheaper ways into that defense. So just hold off on him for right now. Tom says, "Just believe me," says a man with fucking Murray in his team. Murray's gonna score a shit ton of points. He's gonna shit all over your teams, and you're all gonna run back to me, and you're gonna say, "How did you know he was gonna score?" And I'm gonna say, it was just a punt. I got lucky, actually. Right. So, like I was saying beforehand, Brighton is your placeholder team. There's so many players that I want that are around the 6 million mark that I can easily get to if I take Fraser out and I take Murray out and I swap them. Keane being the most part, but I've also got my eye on some 6.5s. I've got my eye on 7.5, and I can kind of move that back. There's loads of things that I can do if I take this out, because I've got 13.5 million to play with, right? Which is no chump change. I could even go for Abraham or Giroud or whoever emerges from the Chelsea attack. So there's loads of things that I can do, but I don't need to actually take the punt because Murray's there, right? And if you want to do that with a midfielder, say you had your eye on Grealish, right? Someone said that they had their eye on Grealish, right? So this is your team right now, right? Just forget about that 1.5 million. Actually, yeah, let's just do this, because this is exactly what I do, right? Let's say this is your team, right? This is what you're working with. Absolutely viable team, right? Like, that team's not bad. I would go with that team, but with one change. And why don't you just, instead of Grealish, go with this guy. He's got much better fixtures for the first 3 games, and it allows you to assess how Grealish does in the Premier League in a team that's fairly new, right? We know that they haven't actually played that much together. With a really, really bad first fixture, a really, really horrible second fixture and third fixture, but then Crystal Palace, who haven't bought anyone, West Ham, whose defence are shit, and then he's got Burnley, Norwich, and Brighton after 1 game against Arsenal, right? I'm saying Bournemouth are horrible because even though they're not that great defensively, they're gonna get they're gonna get goals. Everton are gonna get goals, so I don't agree with these 2 and 2. But from game week 4 onwards, not bad, right? So you could potentially go Trossard, and then in game week 3, after game week 3 finishes, go right. Grealish looks amazing. He looks like really competent. Villa look like they're doing bits. I'll bring him in, and that is gonna get you the same amount of points. There's no risk in that strategy. There's no risk because it was a punt anyway, and only 6.9% people have went him, right? And that's all over the board. You could get Duffy, right? We could do it again. So instead of Zuma, right? Because for whatever reason you don't want Zuma and you'd rather have Duffy. Duffy is sitting in there. He's nice and happy in your team. You're looking at him and thinking, why the fuck do you have Duffy? Why don't you have Dunk? Well, you're sitting on Duffy because you're waiting to see who takes up this spot. Is that not how you say his name? Right? What? We don't know if Aurier's coming back. We don't know if Foyth is coming back. We don't know if Kyle Walker-Peters is going to keep. But you're waiting till game week 3 to see if he does come back. To see if who's playing in Trippier's spot, right? So you could take any Brighton player from any position and you could have him in there with the premise of, we're just going to wait and see who the fuck we want. And there's no risk because, he's a punt anyway. And the exceptionally, or absolutely no risk, on top of the first no risk, is because it's Brighton. And they have good first 3 fixtures. So it's a no-brainer. And I've got 2 Brighton players because of that, right? Murray and Ryan. Because I'm waiting to see how Pope does. I'm waiting to see how Keane does. I'm waiting to see how Rashford does, or any of the Chelsea attackers. And I'm waiting to see how Heaton does as he's moved, as well as all the other 4.5s. And then in game week 3 or 4, that's all going to change. I'm going to have a different keeper. I'm going to have a different striker. And probably I'm going to get rid of Fraser and maybe keep King. Unless Murray scores 2 hat-tricks, in which case I'll swap King out. But, that's my advice. That's the biggest advice I can give you is please, please, please don't punt on Norwich or Sheffield or Aston Villa. Punt on Brighton or another player that's the exact same amount of money as the one that you want to watch, but is a better asset. At least from the start. And if any other player, if any other manager tweets me saying, I'm going with fucking Patrick Roberts, and I say, why don't you get Trossard instead? And they come back to me saying, because I've been watching them for years, I'm a big fan, he's gonna do amazing, I'm just gonna block you. I'm just gonna fucking stop it, right? Rule number 1, do not support anyone. The amount of people that have said, Dele Alli's gonna do bits this season, fuck right off, right? I don't care how much you support Tottenham. Do not get someone who has yet to show any reason why he's going to do bits. Don't get Wan-Bissaka just because you want to have a piece of Man United. Fuck right off, man. It's like, I know it's a bit of a rant, right? But seriously, I don't support anyone in the Premier League. And it means that I don't have to worry about playing someone against my team or playing someone on my team because I need to have fun with it. Like, it's going to be more heartache. I promise you. Don't do it. Because every year, thousands of managers get depressed because they bring people in their team who, in real life, they do shite. And in their team, they do shite. And then they don't understand why they're doing shite. And it's like, it's because you have shite players. Because you believe, because That's what being a fan is. Being a fan means that no matter what, you love your club, right? You absolutely love your club. And without fans, we wouldn't have this amazing game. We wouldn't have the Premier League. But not here. Not in your team. Fuck that. Like, leave them at the doorstep. This game is not about being a fan. This game is about having an absolute blast, kicking the shit out of everyone you work with who decided to come in a league with you, because you are a die-hard fan of the game and you don't give a shit who knows it, right? Facts. Golds go. Dave FPL facts. That's 100%. Rule number 1. I wish I did this. I wish I did an article. Everyone kind of does articles like, oh, my top 10 fact or top 10 tips or whatever the fuck, right? Awesome. I only have 2, right? Fixtures over almost everything. But still, you know, you need to have the eye test and you need to still have a bit of stats. And please don't at me with your I love Firmino because I used to support him when he was at, you know, under 16s Cheltenham or whoever the fuck, right? Like, I don't care. Don't do it. That's 2 rules. Follow 1, follow 2. Top 5k finish, guaranteed, right? Let's move on. So I wanted to go through with you guys who is just been transferred, and let's talk a little bit about why they're good or bad, right? First things first, my team is going to change back to Zinchenko, Kepa in goals, and Diop if this man right here, this smiling little prick here, doesn't move. I hope he gets announced. And if anyone could keep an eye on that for me by, like, I don't know, just refreshing the Chelsea or Arsenal page, like, over and over. Dennis Priet from Sampdoria for... Okay, cool, awesome. I have no idea who that is. Chelsea. Good luck. Oh, it's Chalobah. Danny Drinkwater. Right, it hasn't been announced yet. I really, really, really want David Luiz to leave because that means that Zuma is nailed in entirety. So keep an eye on that for me because I can't do it. Rodri is the first one on the list. He's a defensive midfielder and he doesn't mean anything to anyone, right? He doesn't mean anything to us. We don't have to worry about it. Let's move on. Cancelo. Now that is a big signing, but I don't think he's going to be as attacking as we want. Cancelo means that, like I said earlier, Walker is absolutely not nailed. If you want me to talk about anyone who you've seen being transferred in a bit more depth, just shout it out, right? Because I'm just going to go down this list. But if you want to talk about someone quicker, I don't care. Like, there's no order here, right? This is not a professional stream. This is me just having a bit of a drink, having a giggle. Or any questions. Ask any questions. You just seen how much of a tangent I went on Cancelo earlier because someone shouted him out. So just go for it. Alright, Angelino. He's 3rd choice. Don't have to worry about it. I actually don't like this. Let's do this instead, right? Yeah. So this is the latest transfer, so let's look at this. Can you guys see that okay? Is that easy to see? Let's move into this view. How's that look? That's fine, that's fine. Okay, so Dennis Priet from Sampdoria to Leicester. Let's see where he plays. He's a defensive midfielder, so he's going to be absolutely useless to us as an FPL asset, but it means that their attack is free to go up a bit more. They've spent some money on a player. Yeah. Market value 21 million. Fee for 18 million. Decent money. Don't have to worry about him. Moving on. Goalkeeper. No. He's been sold. Chelsea to Burnley. Danny Drinkwater, right? We all know that he can play well. But I feel like if you're going to get anyone from Burnley, you want an absolute nailed-on defender, or you want one of their attackers. I don't think you want any centre midfielders, right? QPR is not in the league, not in the league, not in the league, not in the league. Spurs, Ryan Sessegnon. Now here's some real juicy fixtures, right? Here's some juicy. I hope he plays. I really do. A real hen says, "Are you doing RMTs?" I am absolutely doing RMTs. If you want to send your team in, just send them down to the tweet that I did. Right here. Bam, 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 bam. Oh well, cat's back. Where are we? Right, streaming in 1 hour. If you reply to this with all your teams, like these guys have, I'm gonna go through them, and I think we're gonna do an extra long stream, just to get through them all, because I know you guys all really want your teams rated, and I know that's something that a lot of people come to the stream for, and we're gonna kick that off. But I really wanted to go through all of the transfers just to see if there's anyone that I can see that I want to put a link on. Damien Pirate, is there any argument for keeping 0.5 in the bank? Alright, story time. Cast your mind back to the start of the season last year. A young David, fresh-faced, didn't even know that prices changed, decided to Google how you play Fantasy Premier League. Before that, I had only stepped into it. I didn't even know prices changed. I didn't even know that there was a whole website that told you fixture difficulty. I didn't know any of that. The only thing that I'd ever done is with my mates, made a team and then forgot about it after 3 weeks. So I used Reddit and I used all this stuff and Twitter and things, and found a lot of awesome advice, just like you guys are doing in your preseason right now, like we all are. And I put together a team. And do you remember Cardiff? They just came up, and there was a player who was nailed 4.0, and his name was Peltier. Do you guys remember Peltier? Cardiff turned out to be absolutely pieces of shit, and conceded a bucket load of goals. And everyone decided at the exact same time to get rid of Peltier, but I didn't know that you could see when prices were changing, so I went down to 3.9. So instead of 4 million, I lost
Messi
0.1.
to the near post. Messi to the net.
Mamma mia! Real hen, thanks very much for the follow, buddy. So anyway, I had Peltier, I had 3.9 million, and I was like, fuck, I can only get a 4.4 million defender, and I only could do that because I kept 0.5 away. I didn't know any better, really. I didn't have any reason for it. I just, at that point in time when I was making my team, I didn't see anyone that I wanted, and I was taking a punt on, I remember who it was Schlupp, right? Schlupp was out of position defender, or was out of position midfielder or something, and I really wanted him in my team. I think he was a defender last year, he's a midfielder this season, and I wanted him in my team as an out of position, and if he didn't work out, I was going to upgrade him with and I saved a little bit of money. That was my idea. So Schlupp scored in game week 1, and I was really happy, but Wan-Bissaka also got quite a lot of points in game week 1, and Peltier went down in price really quickly. So I was googling and looking up and searching and doing stuff, who's really good at 4.5 defender, that has since went down, and no one had went down yet. So I was like, right, shit, I'll just put him on my bench. I'll play Wan-Bissaka and Schlupp, which I didn't really like the idea of doubling up on Crystal Palace, but whatever. Game week 3, both, I think it was Bolly and Doherty, both went down to 4.4 because Wolves had conceded and Doherty scored an own goal. And I was like, oh, he sounds like shit. But just to make sure, I'm going to check his stats. And his stats were fucking banging. His heat map he was never in defense. Doherty was never in defense. Doherty was up, and you guys all know the story. The rest is history, right? So I had Peltier, and Doherty had just scored an own goal, and I brought him in my team. Game week 4, I think, and he got an assist. And then the next game, he got a goal and a clean sheet. And the next game, he got another clean sheet. And then all of a sudden, everyone was jumping on him, right? And he moved up in loads of price. And I had him since for game week 4. And the only reason I could do that was because I kept money in the bank. So that saved the shit out of my season. Otherwise, I would have been stuck with a defender who went down in price. So based on my based on my experience, I could never tell you that 0.5 in the bank as you start is a bad thing, ever. I think that it's only if you're happy with your team and you really, really want to keep a little bit away just in case, fucking go for it. If you're happy with your team and you don't see any problem and you can't see an upgrade and you just want to keep it just in case someone doesn't do well and you've got a transfer in mind and you want to keep the money, do it. I would do it. I was looking at ways that I could do it this season, but I just want too many players and I'm a bit of a greedy bastard. But yeah. So I would say do it. I would definitely say do it. Jim Bob, how's it going, man? Thanks for tuning in. Right, let's go back. Let's have a look. Sessegnon has moved. What do we think, lads? Do we think he's gonna play? Get the fuck off my stream, you stupid big fucking pop-up. Do we think Sessegnon's gonna play? How many for yes, how many for no? What do we think? Squad player, says Sosington. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think that he'll need an injury to have a significant, piece of the time this season, there's only ever a point for these young guys to come in these big squads if they're either A, so amazing like Keane that he's going to be getting played all the time, or B, you think you could get him for cheap. He's English, so it means that you could sign him up and he's part of your England cap or whatever. He counts towards your English squad. And for all those that have ever played Football Manager, you know how much of a bitch that is. So he counts towards how many English players you have. He's also under 21, so he's extra awesome for that. And you could probably loan him out for quite a lot, right? Burnley would probably buy him for 5 million a year for a loan, right? You could make your money back up in 3 years for how much they paid for him. So it's a good bit of business, but for FPL, I think we absolutely leave him, right? Not in game week 1, says Raquelis. Seth says, also this season you've done a nice job of having players at each price point, easy to move laterally if you need to. Thank you very much. Notice Rose didn't leave, and he won't start at the wing. That's true. What if Sessegnon plays at the back? I feel like a backwards out of position is just shite, and I probably wouldn't play him. Starting maybe during Son's suspension. I think Lucas Moura has I think he might have a bit of a better claim to Son's place, having all those goals in when it mattered, Notice Rose didn't leave. Yeah, Rose could still go abroad though. That's true, he could still, that's the point, we have to remember that. We can still sell, we can have players get sold, we just can't bring any in. He's played a lot for us in pre-season. Lamella, yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Like, I think Sessegnon's just a young, we're gonna buy a 19-year-old. He doesn't want to play in Fulham anymore because Fulham are absolutely pants. And we'll loan him out, or we'll keep him in case injury. We'll get our coaches to assess him, train him up a bit, make him a bit of a better player. We'll loan him out at Christmas. Bob's your uncle. Right, let's move on. Let's find the next big person to talk about. And then we'll go to rate my teams. Oh shit. Back up. Hello kitty cat. How's it going? How's things? Pedro Porro to Man City. A right back. Who the fuck is that? Oh, he's 19. Okay. So he's just a backup. Like, let's buy. Pep loves buying fullbacks. Jesus Christ. Lo Celso, that was a big signing, wasn't it? That's on loan for 14 million. That's a shit ton to spend. He's a centre defensive midfielder, though. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be quite defensive. If he plays more attacking, then that's fine. But we don't need to deal with that right now. We don't need to worry about that. What do you want? What do you want? Huh? Luis confirmed! Yes! Yes! Sossington, you beautiful man. Confirmed, like, on their Twitter. How? How do you know? Twitter, Arsenal. Arsenal released it. Yes! Fucking get it up, Hugh Louise. Yes! 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 Oh, that's so good. Look! 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 See that? That means Zuma is nailed, huh? That means Zuma's nailed. What do you think of that? Hmm? 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 Yeah, that means we get a piece of the action for 5 million. Oh, right, he's running away. Oh, he's going to go change his team. Awesome. Fucking amazing. Yes. Right, so that means that the team is absolutely nailed. What is your obsession with this fucking... That's so stupid. Let's see how long it takes Dave to catch it. Yeah, no, I'm there. I'm there. Right, so that means that I can leave my team. Oh, shit. Why did I get out of my team? So Zuma's nailed. So if you want a piece of the action, you have Kepa in your team right now. Yeah, exactly, Seth. The cat knew and he was coming to say hello. I want Barkley so much in my team. Dave, talk me out of it, please. Do you remember what I was talking about a little bit earlier? When I was like, Brighton players, and then we'll see how other players are. Trossard, 6 million. And he has great first 3 fixtures. And then we can assess Barkley. Barkley's never played more than like 18 games of a season in all his life. Just because Lampard really likes centre midfielders that bomb forward doesn't mean that, you know, Barkley's stamina is all of a sudden better than it was before. There's always a point where Barkley does well and then he just fucking... and everyone buys him and his price goes up and then people have a shit person in their team. So just do yourself the favour and get Trossard in your team from Brighton. People are going to think I'm a Brighton fan. I'm not. I don't think they're going to score that many points, but so much more points than the potential of getting Barkley and then leaving him in your team and thinking, oh, maybe he'll come good. Don't do it to yourself. Let's assess. And you know what? I've got Brighton players. I've got loads of people on my watch list. See you next week. Let's assess Barkley. I'll be watching the Chelsea match, the Man United match on Sunday. I'm going to go through it. I'll write some stuff down. I'll let you know how Barkley is, but I can't help you if you already have Barkley in your team. Because what if I come back and say he's absolutely shit? What if he gets, you know, like 1 point and, you know, a yellow card and he's bombing forward and leaving the defense leaky, blah 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 blah. Don't do it to yourself. Trossard, winger, plays really well with Potter's new like idea of fluidity, how much Brighton can be fluid. So yeah, this is the team officially now. I'm so happy that he is away. Look at his stupid little face. I said, look at his stupid face before it even came up. And it is stupid. I was right. Oh, look at this state of him. Oh, right. All right. Thank you. He's happy. I'm happy. We're happy. And just for fun, here we go. Yes. There's the big man. There he is. Look at him in all his glory. Zuma expecting Chelsea stay. Yeah. Get in my fucking team, you monster. Alright. What were we doing? What were we doing? I hope I've talked you out of Barkley, by the way. I hope that worked. Alright, I'm just going to run through these really... Blah, blah, blah. Nope, Scott Carson. That's just an English thing. Kieran Tierney.
Messi to the near post. Messi to the net.
Damien Pirate, must have convinced you. Welcome to the Big Fat Fucking Sexy Club, my man. Cheers for the follow. I really want to get a sub button. See, all you guys here, you are the first people on my stream. I'm going to be streaming twice a week all season. I'm going to be posting to Fantasy Football Scout every Monday all season. I'm going to be on Twitter making shit jokes and getting retweeted all season. By the way, look how shit this joke is, right? This is Twitter is a joke. I want to show you this, right? We'll get back to the FPL, right? So where are we? Right. I'm a bit of a fixtures guy. Planning my team around good fixtures was my main reason for a decent 18-19 season. So here's my first article of the season, looking into the opening fixtures. Cheers for having me, Fantasy Football Scout, and their community manager, Fantasy Football Jeff. And actually, like, really cheers, Jeff, because you were instrumental in helping me get published. Like, that's amazing. Thank you so much if you're watching. Right, so you see this, right? 9 retweets plus mine and 73 likes. 73 likes, the most I've ever gotten my whole entire life, right? And I was so happy with that. Like, absolutely buzzing out my fucking tits. Like, yes, right? And then, with all the hype and everything, right? Someone from my work, like, they WhatsApp me, and I can prove it, right? I don't really want to show his shit, but can I hide his name? Can I hide his name? He said, gave your follow a Twitter also. Can I hide his name? Can you read that? Gave your Twitter a follow also. So I was like, oh, that's funny. He's in my work mini league, and he's following me on Twitter. So, exactly. Mad Johnny. All that shite about Sync. Jimmy, sorry. Your name is dark blue. I can never read it from here. It's like totally fucking with my night vision. Jimbo, Jim Bob, Jim. So, yeah, my mate was like, oh, I'm following you now. And I was like, well, we put money into a mini league together. You're going to be following me. You're just going to know everything that I'm doing. That's shite. So I tweeted this. Just found out someone from my work mini league has started following me. Oh, here we go. So yeah, like I was saying, Tucson, obviously the superior mid forward, nailed, great fixtures, blah blah blah. 6 million. Look at the state of that. Look at that. 209 likes. This took 8 hours. This took 8 fucking hours for me to go through and edit and write together and make sure it was impressive and make my first ever Fantasy Football Scout, right? Like, look at that! That took 8 fucking hours! And then a stupid tweet that took 2 minutes to think of. I put it on, and we've got 209. Look at the state of this, right? See, I can actually see how many people seen my tweet, right? Look at this, right? I love analytics, all things stats. 35,000, 2,300 people at least looked, right? At least looked. Just block his ass. I could block him. That's really clever, actually. I can't do that to him, though. And Adam from IT, if you're watching, like, welcome to the fucking sexy club, my man. So, yeah, links right here. 2,300 people clicked on that link to read my article, right? Profile clicks, 220. I was really happy with that. 35,000 people, it just went up there as we're talking about it, have actually saw that tweet, right? Because some of the people who retweeted it were, like, Fantasy Football Scout retweeted it. How do we see that? 10 retweets. Fantasy Football Scout retweeted it, and it went mental, right? That's awesome. I'm so happy for that. And then, if we remember, 35,000 people seen that. And then this fucking piece of shit tweet. Like, 40,000 people seen that. Oh my... It's like, I'm trying to be happy for my... Like, it's really good and everything. Like, that's altogether 70,000 people seen my shit. And I honestly had just over 1,000 people. And as of right now, I think it's just hit 1,300 followers. So cheers everyone who's here, right? But it's just funny how life works, where you can write a shit joke and it blows up, and then you do really, really, really good on an article and you're really happy yourself, and it gets like less than a third of the recognition. It's just it's funny. if you haven't read it, it just goes on about what I talk about all the time, which is make sure you're looking at the fixtures. Make sure you're using this bad boy. Where is it? Here. This is amazing. I wrote the whole article using just this website, and I'll link it in the chat just now. Bam. There you go, guys. And in it you can count wherever you want to, up to 10 game weeks, and you can count from whatever game week you want to start the thing from, and it'll show you how good of a fixture is. So the first game weeks, and then I said in my article, I said, you know, Everton have got great fixtures, then Man City. After game week 1, West Ham actually go top for the fixtures, and we can't count Chelsea out because after game week 1 they're second from the top. And Bournemouth have great 2 fixtures, and then they've got shite fixtures, and then they've got great fixtures again. So, you know, they're pretty good to have. And if you don't want to have them for the whole time, get rid of them. That's basically, and I also said don't punt on any of the Norwich or Sheffield or Aston Villa teams, because honestly, their opening fixtures are rubbish. And if you do punt on them and they don't do well, like, how are you supposed to shine as an Aston Villa fan if your first 5 games are Tottenham, Bournemouth, Everton, Crystal Palace? I mean, you're waiting until game week 5 to even have a chance at doing, like, really well. So yeah, Norwich, Aston Villa, Sheffield, first 5 games really bad. That's all I talked about in the article. So go have a little read of that if you want. And let's get back to this guy. So I feel like I've been talking at you guys for a long time. I'm just going to take a real big sip. I might have to go refresh. We've been going for an hour and 14 minutes. Is everyone having a good time? We're going to get to the rate my teams real soon, I think. I'm a Celtic fan. I live in Glasgow. And I'm real sad to see Tierney's decided to leave. But as an FPL fan, as an FPL player and streamer and article writer, I'm very excited to see what Arsenal have in their locker for, you know, defensive wise, because no more Mustafi, no more relying on Kolasinac at the back, which is great because he's absolutely pants. Defensively, they've got themselves an amazing player, and that's why he cost 25 million, and that's why Celtic didn't budge, because they knew he was worth it, and they knew that Arsenal would pay it. So well done on Tierney for actually moving up, going from, you know, Celtic to a top 6 team. It's kind of shite, but, you know, double-edged sword. Now, that means that at the back they're playing, who is it, Bellerin or Monreal, Socrates, David Luiz, and Tierney. That'll be their defense, right? The problem is that although that seems like a pretty good defense right now, if we have a look at the fixtures, like I've been talking about, like I've been banging on about this whole time, Arsenal for the first, I think it's 9
Xavi's error. This is Tony Watt. He's done it.
Oh my god, a real pen. First fucking ever donation. Thank you very much, buddy. You made my fucking night. Congrats on the great tweet. Oh, and the 8 hours for the FF article. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that. That's amazing. Sent me £2. Cheers. Henry, you legend. First ever. And that is the first ever time that little sound is played. And if anyone can tell me what that was, I will go and get a refill of bourbon or something. I don't know what I'll do. I'll give you VIP status if anyone can tell me what it is. I'll replay it again if you can hear that.
Xavi's error. This is Tony Watt. He's done it. This is the stuff of legend.
How good is that? Oh, your Celtic, any opinions on Patrick Roberts? Was decent for us. First time he got a loan. Second time he was kind of shit, and he was outclassed by Scott fucking Sinclair, who's not that great now, but he was banging last time. So I think Patrick Roberts is on my watch list just because I know what he's like, and I think he can do well, and everyone's seen that goal. Do you think I'd get in trouble for showing that goal? I kind of want to show you his goal from preseason. Let's fucking do it anyway. Let's go find it. So yeah, I do rate Patrick Roberts. I'm just a little bit skeptical of how well he's gonna do, because he kind of lost it a little bit for me. By the way, you've just donated £2. Thank you so much. Tony Watt, Celtic versus Barcelona. Yes, it was gold. Well done. Seth, Celtic versus Barca. And who can forget? Oh, it gives me chills. And you guys have yet to hear the, you know what, just because you're here first, and just because I'm in a good mood, and just because I love streaming, and it's going to be great. And I'm going to get a subscription button very soon, so anyone who has Amazon Prime can chuck us some money, so I can actually buy a membership to Fantasy Football Scout, so I can get their heat maps, and then we're in the business, and I can show you guys their heat maps. This is my subscription button. You ready for this?
Aguero!
Yes! How good is that? Love it. That is the big fucking Sepsi subscription club. Oh, let's listen to it again. Let's listen to it.
Aguero!
Of all time, a real hen. Best commentary of all time. Absolutely was. Let's listen to the, because we're just kind of hanging out now, right? This is like a hangout stream for everyone who's here. We'll get back to the FPL. FPL is gonna be here in the next 10 minutes, right? Celtic versus Barca, Celtic TV commentary, right? So I was trying to find the oh, shit, that's really loud. I was trying to find this to have for the Wanyama Celtic. Here we go. Tony Watt. Here we go.
Barcelona now!
I was going to use this.
And for the second time this season, Celtic won! Barcelona now! Oh! Celtic!
Oh man, I was gonna use that. Shade might have to unfollow now. Oh no. How good is that? That's what I was gonna use, but I decided to go with the British one.
Xavi
instead.
Herrera! This is Tony
Because it's
Watt!
a bit
He's
less
done it!
Tony
This is
fucking
the
Watt.
stuff of
Oh,
legends.
it's like he's screaming. And see the peaks. I use Sony Vegas to do all my editing. See the peak time when when you listen to this shit. I'm gonna turn it down. It's really fucking loud. It's almost at the bottom. Listen to this.
What's the
Right. That peaks the entire time. Even if I took like a 5-second clip, it peaks. So it was a bit too loud. Dorb says, have you watched Simpsons episode where Homer turns into super fat Homer? If you have money problems, have a little break and laugh to Homer's super fat. Also an episode is Bart's son. If you are a Bart fan, also Homer's son Bart is there. All other Simpsons also you should watch quickly. Thank you for your input. I haven't seen that episode. I'll watch it one day. Thank you very much. So I was gonna show you the Patrick Roberts goal. Let's look at that. Oh, it's not on Reddit. Alright, let's just leave it. Yes, I rate him, but he's still a wait and see for me, just like everyone else. So here is the fixtures for Arsenal. We're going to be talking about Tierney for a little bit, right? The first 9 game weeks, they have Newcastle away, Burnley home, great. Liverpool, Tottenham, bad. Watford away, kind of good. Aston Villa, definitely good. Manchester United, bad. Bournemouth, could go either way. Sheffield United, good. I think from the Sheffield front, right? So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're 12th worst fixtures for the first opening, right? How do you think their defense is going to go? type in the chat how many clean sheets they're going to get in the first 8 games, Arsenal, right? So they've got Tierney, Socrates, David Luiz, and Monreal, I think, if he's back. I think that's going to be their back four, right? How many clean sheets? Newcastle, Burnley, Liverpool, Tottenham, Watford, Aston Villa, Manchester United, and Bournemouth. I'm going to say Newcastle clean sheet, Burnley clean sheet, Aston Villa clean sheet. 3 out of 8, right? Let's write that down. 3 out of 8. What do you guys think? 3 of 8. Goals says 3 as well. We got 3 from FS Rooster. 3. So we all think 3, right? As an Arsenal fan, nothing. Seth! Oh, don't do yourself like that. I mean, it's really, really good. Remember I told you, don't be a fan. Don't be a fan of anyone, so that's good. So keep that momentum going. But that's so sad as an Arsenal fan. Right, so we're kind of on 3, right? We're most of the chat, I'm assuming, right? Now, game week 1 to game week 8, we've got 3. Now, how many games do you think they're gonna get clean sheets between game week 8 or game week 9 and game week 16? So the second 8. And if you guys can see that, I can zoom in for you if that's easier, right? We've got Sheffield, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Leicester, Southampton, Norwich, Brighton, West Ham. Jimmy says Norwich getting promoted will ruin my rank. Yeah, fuck Norwich off so quick. They have the worst fixtures for the first 10, and they are the worst team. Not the worst team in the league. I just mean they've been promoted, so they are the 3rd worst at the best, right? How many are we thinking, lads, for Arsenal's clean sheets? I'm not going to move on until I get a number. Give me something. We've got Sheffield, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Leicester, Southampton, Norwich, Brighton, West Ham. I'm going to say Sheffield is 1. I'm going to say Crystal Palace is 2. Wolves no, Leicester no. Southampton, I'm going to say that's 3 because they're home, and Southampton haven't really bolstered their squad at all, and neither is Crystal Palace. Norwich definitely. Brighton definitely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6, right? 5, I'm going to say 5 out of 8, right? So we are guessing right at the start that they're going to get 3, and then after that we can assess. So what is the point? Jimmy says 4, Gold says 5, Seth says 4. What is the point in punting on them right now? There is no point in punting on them right now. That's my point. Is that 3 clean sheets out of 8 for your first 8 game weeks of when the most important time to do well in FPL is the start. You need to make sure that your starting team have got great fixtures. You don't need to deal with too much fires. You're not punting on too many players, and every single player that could possibly do well in the realms of FPL are only 2 transfers away. If you think that Kane is going to do bits, but you don't want to have him in your team, make sure that it's only 2 transfers till you get Kane back. Aguero 2 transfers, Aubameyang 2 transfers. If you only have 1 Liverpool player, you need to make sure that you're 2 transfers away from getting 3 of them. You need to make sure of this, right? So there's no point on punting on a defender who you think is only going to get 3 clean sheets in the first 8. And on top of that, Tierney's injured right now. He hasn't played for Celtic in a while. David Luiz is fresh, but will he play game week 1? So then you're taking a clean sheet away. Because Newcastle, if you remember, Newcastle was one of our clean sheets. So take that away if they don't play. They've only got Burnley and Aston Villa. Potentially Bournemouth. Potentially Watford. It's not worth it, lads. Arsenal had 8 clean sheets last season, and you have them for 8 in the first 16 games. That's true. They did do pretty well, I remember. But wait, no, they didn't do well. What am I talking about? No, you're right. They didn't do well. They did pretty well at never ever conceding absolutely zero. They did pretty fucking well at conceding goals. So yeah, Newcastle, if that's away, if we don't take Newcastle because we don't know who's playing, say David Luiz doesn't play or Tierney doesn't play, and Tierney I hope is only 5 million, that would be amazing, but the hype, he'll probably get 6, which is fucking annoying. There's no point on Arsenal players at all, really, unless you're going to be doing the first 2 games just as a punt. First 2 games, 4th best. Newcastle away, Burnley at home. You're getting Aubameyang. You're going to see how well Kane does, and after that, you're going to jump on Kane. And where is Spurs are there, and we kind of big that up. You're going to get Kane for the rest. Let's go 10. Spurs, Newcastle, Aston Villa. Not Aston Villa. Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Southampton, Brighton, Watford, Sheffield United. All the good ones are at home. Leicester's not that great. Liverpool's definitely not great. But, Kane could do bits on every single one of those things. But for the first 2, you don't really want him. I'm down with that, right? Aubameyang for the first 2, then Kane, go nuts. But that's really all I would do in Arsenal. We don't know how they're going to line up. We don't know how anything's going to work. I would just leave it. I would definitely leave it. Still angry about Pepe. Every transferred player feels overpriced this year. Yeah, it's true. The prices are mental. Except Keane. Keane is so well priced. Like, unbelievably well priced. Cheap as fuck. That's how we would say that in Scotland. Cheap as chips.